As an agent, you've created a great business with a nice book of clients. But what's the next step? Do you plan on selling your entire life? I know I don't. So let's talk about how you can start selling in your sleep. And let's get into it. I say selling in your sleep, but really what we mean here, Chris, is something a lot more simple. Replication. Essentially recruiting agents so that you're changing your platform from marketing to clients to marketing to agents.
I'm not saying you just have to focus on recruiting those agents. You can still do that selling at the same time, but replicating yourself, the agent that you are, and creating more of you so you can sell in your sleep. Wait, let's pretend that I'm an agent. I've got 5, maybe 10 years of experience doing this, a nice book of business, and I'm really looking to take it to that next level. What should I start doing if I'm looking to begin recruiting agents?
I really think it comes down to 3 key components. What value do you bring to the table that you can offer those agents? What kind of agents are you looking for? What's an agent that fits the profile for your business? And then, of course, what actions can you take to start inviting agents to join your business?
What types of things do you consider when determining what value you bring to the table?
The biggest one, obviously, is experience. What kind of sales situations have you been in? Do you know the products that you're selling? Are you an expert?
And I think that's a big thing we forget about. You really want to be an expert in a market, whether it's life, annuity, med subs. But even if it's just life, what's your market there? Is it the family market? Is it premium finance? Is it a whole other high-end market altogether? You really need to hone in on that, because if you know it well, then you can teach it well and you can really focus on something. It's like the old saying, you want to be great at a few things. You don't have to be good at everything, but be great at a few things and you can teach it to other folks.
I think, like I said, that's the biggest thing, experience, trying to teach that to another person or another agent. If you don't have the answer to questions, if you get into an area that you're not an expert, do you have somebody that you can go ask questions? And then, of course, back office support. That can be if you're willing to cover the cost of processing contracts, applications, but it could even be something as simple as, do you have a space that if a client wants to meet in person, one of your agents can bring them to a conference room and meet them in person? They don't have to do it out of their home. And in today's day and age, even printers. How many people work from home but don't have a printer in their house? So having those types of things, as little as they may seem, can still bring value to what you're offering these agents.
You mentioned a profile earlier. How do you determine what that profile is for the agents you're looking to recruit?
You want them to have an idea of what markets they want to be in already or are in already, what products they like. Are they selling IULs? Are they focusing on LTC? Teachability, that's a huge one. Are they willing to learn how to cross-sell? If they're not selling annuities now, are they willing to learn how to have that annuity conversation when they just wrapped up a life sale? I also like to think of it this way with that profile. What that does is it allows you to be selective. I mean, in all honesty, it's very easy to just cast a net out there and say, hey, I'm going to put agent X, Y, and Z underneath me. But if you have a focus and you have that profile, then you can take a good producer who's doing, let's say $100,000 a year, right? That's a really solid producer that you want to work with. It's really easy to become $1 million shop by just replicating that 10 times versus looking for, 25, 30 agents who aren't doing nearly those numbers.
I think that's an easy trap to fall into. Oh, I've gotten in 30 contracts this week and I've got 1,000 agents underneath me. Now I only have 10 or 20 writing. Who are you really focusing on at this point? You need to focus on those people who are your best producers. Sometimes we get lost in the numbers. Keep it small, keep it easy. Make it like a club, having 10 people, 20 people. Make it a manageable number where you can focus and really hone in on them, push that market, and really grow that business.
When you think of a club, there's requirements to get in, but the relationship still has to be mutually beneficial. You don't join an association when it won't give you status, when it won't provide something for you, just so you can give them your time. And it's the exact same way with recruiting agents. You want to offer value, but then they need to have value to bring in too by actually producing.
If you're that person getting involved with recruiting, how do you begin speaking with these agents?
The first thing that pops in my head, especially in today's world with the internet and social media, is just start networking. It's really easy as individual producers to kind of seclude yourself from everybody else or from other agents because we often view them as competition. But when you're looking at working with someone and building your agency, your hierarchy, you want to start networking in any way you can. And one of the easiest and not to mention free ways to just start and kind of dip your toes in is join groups on social media. Just get talking to people, other producers in the same industry. As you get to know them, you'll learn what markets they're in. You'll vibe with them just like you're making friends. And as you get to know them, you can see what strategies they're using that are working. You can see what strategies you're using that are working, and you figure out a way to join up at that point. If you're looking to start building your hierarchy, but you have questions or you're not sure where to start, give us a call today. We help agents all over the country get started in building their business. And of course, as always, if you liked this video, if you found it helpful, give us that thumbs up to show us you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other sales tips we have to help you grow your insurance practice.